Today I'm going to show you how to take any sample and turn it into a pad that sounds exactly like this. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First things first, you'll want to be aware that you will need the Suite edition of Ableton to be able to follow this tutorial. However, you may be able to recreate this in your own way. Next thing you need is your samples. I like using samples of birds or cars driving by that I've recorded on my phone. However, if you can't do that, the BBC have released thousands of nature sounds online under the name BBC Sound Library that are completely free for you to use, so go and check them out if you feel a bit lost. When you've got your sample, you want to find a small section where the waveform is fairly loud. Try and aim for 8 bars, but don't worry if it's not, we can fix this later on. Now I'm going to use the EQ8 plugin to bring out a resonant tone. By scaling your gain up to the max on 440Hz, your resonance will be in the key of A. You may have to duplicate the EQ a couple times, for me it took 3. I'm now going to freeze and flatten the track. This makes the whole mixing chain stay in place, allowing us to resample our original sample with the EQ still there. After you've done that, you can open a sampler onto a new track and drag your flattened track onto it. Also, please make sure you've set the sampler to the key of A2. This will make it really hard to write chords if it's not. I'm going to add some slight attack and release to my pad. This will just leave space to play the chords between each other. Roughly EQ it to your liking. You can always come back to this and the pad is nowhere near done, so just do whatever you're comfortable with. If you play chords on your MIDI keyboard, you should start to hear the pad coming out. However, it sounds quite lifeless and not atmospheric enough. Now absolutely drain your pad in reverb and delay. This may not sound amazing yet, but once we're finished, it will all come together and just sound really good. You now want to put the sustain mode on loop and follow something similar to what I've done on screen. As you see, I'll move the start point of the sample towards the middle or just towards where the waveform is fairly loud, and move the end point a bit closer as well. We can adjust this as well. You now want to press on modulation, turn on LFO2 and select the ramp waveform. Turn the frequency all the way up, and where it says A, press on loop start, and then turn it all the way up to 100, just like what I've done on screen. Now we're just going to go back to the main sampling menu, and just mess about with the end start sample, and as you can see, if I make it shorter, it keeps looping the sample and it loops it more often. However, if I make it longer, it stops it. It's really unique in a way, and you can fine tune it with all the things I've shown you earlier on in the video to really make it your own. Now I'm just going to show you the pad in a little bit of context. Thank you for watching my guide on how to make an atmospheric pad in Ableton. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and come back for more music production content in the future.